Hey, welcome back to MyATMM.com, cost basis tracking built for option sellers. Go ahead and review the disclaimer on screen, and let's get right to it. Today we're going to be continuing our AI series of importing transactions. This one is going to be about Robinhood importing their CSV transaction file. And all you do is you go to Robinhood, and I think it's under, let me go double check. Yeah, so on Robinhood, you go to your accounts, reports, and statements, and you can see all the statements, and you can download them to CSV. And then after that, it's just as easy as dragging and dropping into the web application to import them um, into the system. So what you do is we're logged into the web application, myatmm.com. We are setting on a Robinhood portfolio. It's brand new. It's a clean slate. You want to come over to Tools, Import, Export screen. We're setting on the AI import, and we need to go find those files to drag and drop. Give me a second. Okay, I have 3 files. They're overlapping, but I'm going to do all 3 to give you some good examples. Not many transactions, but there's some. Let me start with the smallest one. So I drag and drop that on there, 30 rows. We're going to parse it, and there we go. It imported into the system and gives us a nice little summary of the transaction counts and the dollar amounts and how many new symbols it created. And so I'm going to go ahead and just click that, import another one. This one's a slightly bigger file. I'm going to go and parse it. It imported it, found like there's 30 probables because that first file we imported, it already had those in this bigger file. So it has 30 probable duplicates. But again, you can see all the summary counts of option stocks, dividends, and the ledger entries, which is just the deposits and withdrawals that it imported and the dollar amounts for them and how many new symbols it created. And yeah, it's just a nice little summary that it gives you. And I'm going to go ahead and import one more file. Do this one. I think this is actually, yeah, it's going to be exactly the same. It doesn't have any additional rows. But in any case, you'll see that you can just import these back to back to back, as many as you want. And then you can come over to the View Import Details screen to review, clean up any dupes or anything that was wrong with the import file itself, or even just delete them all together and start over from zero. But in any case, I'm going to go and leave all that as is because we have another video coming up in the future that'll detail the import history screen. So in any case, we've imported a bunch of transactions for Robinhood, and we want to come over to the dashboard because we can see that information reviewed. And again, the transaction import for CSVs is really just a way to seed the account with the bulk of your transactions. And Robinhood might be a little bit more difficult because I think you can only export those like 1 month at a time. So if you had a long history of them, you'd be exporting a lot. And that's only if it even lets you go back in time to the very beginning. But in any case, the system's capable of that. If you had 30 different CSVs, you could drag and drop them one at a time into the system and it would import them and you'd be fine. But if you just wanted the bulk majority of your transactions, this reconciliation is just a way to even out the system of the transactions that you gave it to basically balance it and reset it to zero to get it to a good starting point to continue tracking incremental transactions from that point forward. So you'd literally just click the reconciliation tab. It'd tell you what's wrong. Like in this case, there's transaction errors where it has sell to close transactions for stocks in here, but it does not have the matching buy to open transactions. So that's all this is saying. It needs the buy to open transactions to balance out the sell to close transactions that you have in here. If you were shorting, they would be sell to open transactions. So if that was the case, it would be sell to open, not sell to close. But we provide an easy fix button that'll just fix and it'll go in and create the buy to open transaction for you for each of these. And so it's easy to rectify and fix. And once it's set to zero, once you come in here and fix this and get the transaction imports to match from your bulk data, then it's just going to be incremental imports of transactions on a daily or weekly basis. Keeping it in sync is much easier. From then, you probably won't ever have this problem again. This usually only comes up when you do a bulk import of transactions of years worth of data. So it's not all of the data, it's missing like transactions that happened before. And this is a good example where it has sell to close transactions in the system, in the database, but it does not have the matching buy to open because you didn't go back far enough in time to grab that transaction. So this is just pumping that transaction in so it has a balanced set of transaction data for these specific tickers. All right. And let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, no, I think that's it. So that's the import for Robinhood CSV transactions. As usual, if you run into any problems, just email us, let us know what's going on, and we will try and get it taken care of for you. See you in the next one.
That's going to wrap it up for this one. If you got something out of it, hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you haven't already, head over to MyATMM.com and create your free account. 3 tickers free forever. No credit card required. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.